things are just meant to be. But right here, right now, baby, I've never felt so free.
Welcome back, everyone. Can you believe it? We've got another show planned for you. The time flies. And this is exciting because Yamamoto is he ditched us. See, I had this whole rant planned today, and I was going to get on here. I even previewed it with my friends here at NYYNEWS. I go, I'm going scorched earth. Can't believe these Yankees. They're just going to get outbid by the Dodgers and then act like he just wanted to be a Dodger this whole time. I said, they offered him $325 and a $50 million upfront payment. So we only offered him $300 million. They offered him $375. And then Ruben said, no, the $325 includes the $50 million. And I said, oh, never mind then. So I guess that rant I can throw away. Now it's time to start a new show. Florial. How about that trade, everybody? Isn't that crazy? No, I'm kidding. We're going to talk more Yamamoto. Makes sense. He always wanted to be a Dodger, and everyone can say. Now, the more I planned what I was actually going to say, the more Yamamoto quotes were coming out from his presser today, making it very obvious he had zero intention of being anything other than a Dodger. Like, for instance, he said, even if Ohtani signed elsewhere, he was always going to most likely sign with the Dodgers. And I know, as a person who watches baseball, he was going to sign with the Dodgers no matter what. So that's not even really breaking news. It's just simple, this big market team that plays in the same town that he currently plays in has all the money in the world. They keep winning the division every year. They have a stacked team. Yeah, that makes perfect sense that he would want to go play there. Not to mention the Yankees have the designated hitter spot filled by Giancarlo Stanton, so that didn't even make sense for us. And they had a better DH in JD Martinez signed to a one-year deal, as in, okay, thanks for the 1 year, we're going to go sign Ohtani now. So, more news came out that apparently he said that if he didn't pick the Dodgers, he may have picked the Giants. Like if the Dodgers weren't in, he was going to go to the Giants. So basically, he was always just going to go to the West Coast. That was true. And he was using us and the Mets to drive up his price. So be mad at anyone who told you that we were the favorites. Be really mad at them. Make it so anytime they tweet anything, you go, I thought Yamamoto was going to be a Yankee. You scumbag that's lying for clicks. Here's the upside of this whole thing. And look, it's sad. We wanted Yamamoto. He was perfect. He's 25. We could sign him for a decade. We wouldn't have to worry about paying anybody for a while. We would have been extend Soto, sign Yamamoto, and then go prospects for a while. And once it was time to pay Volpe or Dominguez or Wells or Spencer Jones, then you would have been out from Stanton. You would have been out from Rodon. You would have been out from LeMahieu. Possibly out from Cole by then. We're already 4 years into that deal. I'm probably going to add that 10th year next off season. But pretty close, not much longer. So, yeah, you get what I'm saying. Here is the upside of what went down. We got a preview of the pain the Mets are about to go through every offseason until they start winning some games, which I have no reason to believe is anytime soon. Why would they? Here's what happened. The Mets are like, this is what's hilarious about Steve Cohen, because he's not a baseball guy. He's just a rich guy who's just like, if one of us owned a baseball team, just a moron with a cheap, flimsy Mets hat on over his suit. Not even a suit, a sports jacket. Like he's teaching history at a community college. They're just like, oh, he's just going to offer everybody the most money. And you're thinking, well, ordinarily players probably wouldn't want to go to the Mets as they are a bunch of blue and orange losers. But he's going to offer so much money, he's going to be able to recruit all these players. They're not going to be able to turn the money down. How is there any way that you could avoid the Mets becoming a super team? Well, I'll tell you how that would work. You saw it with Yamamoto. Here's how it works. The Mets offer the most. He then goes to the team he actually wants to play for and says, the Mets just offered me this. Will you match it? In this case, the Dodgers said yes. And he says, okay, where do I sign? I don't want to go play with those losers. The other option was they go, we're not matching it. It's 10 years, $300 million, take it or leave it. And he said, yeah, I don't want to go play with those losers. I'll sign that. That sounds good. So until the Mets start winning, we are going to watch Mets fans get their hopes up every offseason, and I cannot wait. I couldn't imagine. I didn't even think of it. I'm thinking Steve Cohen, he's going to offer the most money. He's going to get all these guys now. I don't know how what's going to happen from that. I don't know if they'll be really good. Will they just implode like they did last year? I don't know. We haven't seen this before. The answer is they're just going to stink. And then players are just going to use them, knowing that they're going to offer the most, to go get more money from the team that they actually intend to play for. So I can't wait. Every offseason. I don't care if we don't get one player. I don't care if we go 40 and 122 every year. If every offseason I get to look forward to the Mets getting their dumb blue and orange hearts broken, I'm here for it. I'm signing up. Cannot wait. Now we must pivot. Yamamoto's a Dodger. He's gone, and there's nothing we could do about it. Who must we turn to? Well, let me just let you guys know. I'm going to go on vacation in a week and a half, so I might not be able to be here live when maybe some news breaks. Maybe we trade for a pitcher. Maybe we sign one. So I'm going to record my reaction to a couple here. So we'll do the one I'm actually hoping for. Okay, here we go. Can you believe it? The Yankees traded for Burns. It's, Yamamoto was exciting. It was a good idea, but we pivoted. We got a guy. I mean, this is a 1B. I mean, Rodon's exciting. Maybe he can bounce back this year. But Burns, I mean, that is the perfect guy to fill out this rotation. Even if we don't get him to sign an extension, I believe we can be big players for this guy. I don't think he's going to cost as much as Yamamoto. What an exciting day to be a Yankee fan. All right. Who's ready for spring training? Okay. Now I'm going to record the one that we're probably actually going to be saying. All right, here we go. Folks, the Frankie Montas saga continues. Another chance to come back to the Bronx. Where better to fulfill that dream we had when we made that trade, and I couldn't be more excited for it. The exact guy I really wanted, all right? There's these overpriced guys out there. Yamamoto. Who would want a guy like Burns? That's crazy talk. I want a guy who's proven that he cannot pitch. That's perfect. It's what the Yankees need. Okay, now we're caught up. Burns, he's my guy, obviously. Oh, kidding aside. Burns the guy I want. There's a few trade people. I'm not crazy about them. Shane Bieber, people are saying he won't cost a lot because he was hurt last year. If he's not going to cost us a lot, then I want Burns and Bieber. Why wouldn't I? I'd give up Pereira straight up for Bieber, which is a trade I saw suggested by Fireside Yankees. That's a good show. You guys should all watch it. I'm sure you already are. Ryan Garcia knows his stuff. Bieber's been hurt. It feels like, especially with all the money we've committed to Rodon, Burns is perfect also because you know he's going to go out and pitch. Bieber's been hurt 2 of the last 3 years. Cease is the other guy they're talking about. He is reliable as far as showing up. He led the league in starts last year. Unfortunately, he doesn't go that deep into games. At least he didn't last year. He averaged 5 1/3 per start and had an ERA of 4.5. And people are saying, I think he's got 2 years of control. So people are saying like that costs you Spencer Jones. For a guy that had an ERA of 4.5 last year, giving up Spencer Jones? No. Now, giving up Spencer Jones, it's going to be for Burns, who's proven that he can be consistent. And he said he'd have to be blown away by an extension. Well, I think we can take care of that. Thank you. Get on it, Cash. Tried offering $300 million to a guy who's never played professionally. Give Burns a nice payday. And give Soto a nice payday. Then we're set for a while. We don't have to have any big splashy off seasons. I don't care about the next 47 Japanese players if you lock up Burns and Soto for me. By the way, why is everyone saying that Burns is going to cost us Spencer Jones? We got Juan Soto for Michael King, who, if he's your big... Oh, he's going to go right into the starting rotation. A year and a half ago, his elbow exploded. And last year, he was a bullpen guy who made 9 starts to end the year. He's made 19 starts in his entire career. So basically, as far as what you know he's capable of, he is a bullpen guy that you believe, you hope can be a starter. Drew Thorpe is our number 5 prospect for Juan Soto. And you're saying, oh, if you want 1 year of Burns, based on what? Juan Soto's a more valuable piece than Burns. Juan Soto's a more valuable piece than any pitcher could ever be. So how is it possible that they'll hang up the phone on us if we say we don't want to give up Spencer Jones? First of all, I would give up Spencer Jones for Burns. I'm not going to tell them that. I hope they don't watch this show. But I would give up Spencer Jones for Burns, but I don't think we're going to have to. Look at what we gave, the other 3 pieces we gave up for Soto. Brito and Vasquez, who at best are back-end starters, at most more realistic, they're long relievers. If coming into last season, I told you we have these 2 guys, showed you their numbers from the future, and said I'm turning them into Juan Soto, you'd press that button 100 times out of 100. And we gave away our 4th string catcher, Kyle Higashioka. A guy who had no possibility of starting this year. Not only not starting, where is he going to play? I'm hearing people act like Jose Trevino's the starter. Are you out of your mind? Austin Wells is the starter. Trevino's the backup, which is what he always was before Higgy was awful to start the year in 2022. So Trevino, because he was hitting a little, was the starter. And then after a few months, they're like, hey, everybody, I just noticed that's Jose Trevino. Throw him some breaking balls away. He'll swing at every one of them. Actually, 1 second. I'm getting in my ear right now more Yamamoto quotes. He said, I was always going to be a Dodger, and if it were up to me, I would burn New York City to the ground. That's through his translator, but that's just coming in right now. So why is it that you would think that Corbin Burns would cost us Spencer Jones? I submit that it would not cost us Spencer Jones. And if you're a serious team trying to win in 2024, I don't think Dominguez you can't have because, quite frankly, the fans would riot. I mean, realistically, you would say he had a good week and then got hurt. He's no better or worse than any other prospect. But really, the reason is he gave fans hope after an awful year, and that's why he's untouchable now. If he never came up, but he was exactly as good as he is right now. You'd trade him in a second, especially when we were talking about Juan Soto. But he's off limits. But, like, really, everybody else should be available. Hang on, I'm getting another quote right now from Yamamoto through his translator. He said, if I saw Susan Waldman in the street, I would punch her in her temple. So, yeah, really sounds like he had no intention of ever signing with the Yankees, the way these quotes are coming out. Really makes you think. In conclusion, Burns also only makes $15 million in arbitration, or is projected to make $15 million in arbitration. So that means you can be in on another starter. And then maybe you push Clark Schmidt back to his... I like him as a long reliever a lot more than I like him as a starter. He can be your sixth guy, and we have Nestor and Rodon who are prone to injury, so he just slots in as your five if there's any issues. I'm actually getting another quote from Yamamoto right now. He says, Billy Joel sucks. This New York, he's not on board. I don't know what to tell you. All right. So in conclusion, Burns is the perfect guy to replace Yamamoto, who broke our heart. Go make it happen, Cash. You got our hopes up with Juan Soto. Because Juan Soto was so epic and uncashman-like, we got our hopes up that he was also going to get us Yamamoto when he failed us. Which is also the fault of all the Yankee people for getting in front of TV cameras and saying that we are the favorite, and then we weren't. We were just pawns in game of life. Yamamoto has actually just come out right now and said... He said the Statue of Liberty can burn in hell. So I guess, I don't know what to tell you. Always going to be a Dodger. Something about that Dodger blue. That wraps it up. Burns to the Yankees. Let's make it happen. Come on, Cash. You got our hopes up with Yamamoto. You got to go make this happen. All right. We'll see you next time.